Hey, 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 welcome back to the Virgo channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Virgo. Know that energy is fluid, so roles could be reversed. Interpret the message as it best resonates. Today's topic is going to be what is holding your person back from approaching you? Lately, we've been getting a lot of readings about a person that you're connected to that is a soul connection. Now, soul connections are one that there is unconditional love. However, your person is in a paradoxical type of energy, which is they want it, but they don't. And so we want to look and see what this person's spiritual blocks are. And we want to see again why you're attracting this person into your life and what this person's going to do. Can this person shape shift the energy? And if they can't, then what do you need to do in order to move forward? Like, because I feel like, again, we've been getting a lot of karmic themes about people that have really treated people like shit, but now all of a sudden they want to come back. And we need to understand, well, what are we supposed to learn from that? Because that's very triggering all in itself to be connected to someone that decides to hold back until they feel like you've completely let go. And now they're going to come back, which means that you have to change your frame of mind. Like, what's the point? And why does this person want to all of a sudden come back? Want to know the deeper aspects of the reading, because like I said, it's been the same karmic theme, and I'm looking to actually change the energy. I'm tired of the karmic theme of someone did someone wrong, played baby games. It's like, okay, so what is the energy? What is the energy, the underlining energy? Now, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you got to like the video, subscribe to the channel, write the word of the video in your comment bar. We always look at the spiritual blocks of shadows, see how they play as karmic themes. But today we want to look and see how we can like really move past this energy at this point. Hopelessness. So again, you're connected to someone that it feels hopeless. And it's like, we know that they feel hopeless because again, last time we read that they were, they know how they treated you. They know that this person would have to surrender their ego to be able to come back to you. So what holds them back? It's what holds them back is, again, they hold a lot of secrets, and the secrets I feel like has to do with like karmics. It has to do with, again, their masks, that they continue to wear masks, that they would have to really show you who they are. So again, yeah, they'd have to reveal who they are. That's the issue. So this person is in a paradoxical energy because they're almost certain that you're not going to like them once you see the real them. So let's see, let's go deeper and see what's the point of the relationship. Or again, I'm awakening. I know more than I'm letting on. So again, this person knows that this is a spiritual connection. They pretend that they don't. They pretend that they don't have feelings. They pretend that they don't know how they treated you. But it's all a disguise. And it's a disguise, really. I feel that got away from this person. They didn't mean for it to blow so out of proportion where you're not talking to them, they're not talking to you. They don't even know really how to approach you. And now they view you, I feel like, in a better light than how they first met you. And so now they're judging themselves based on your life, and it's triggering to them. That one just kind of popped out. So let's take it and say, I wish I could say what I really feel. Someday I will, but right now I'm afraid to be myself. Again, I'm afraid that I am not good enough for you. I'm afraid that you will not like the real me. It's like the problem is that this person did a lot of fuckery when they were like, attached to you. as a way to, again, I feel like try and keep you hooked, because they did have a connection to you, but without also letting you know anything. So again, that I feel like when you were with this person, you felt like you emotionally weren't getting what you needed, but you know what? This person emotionally wasn't getting what they needed from you either. And it's because you're very intuitive, Virgo. And I feel like you knew, you obviously knew that this person was holding back from you. But again, needs. I feel like you're the type of person that's like, if my emotional needs are not getting met, because I can do everything myself. I don't need you to pay my bills. I don't need you to come in and change my life. I have friends that emotionally do give me and do create support. I don't need you for anything because you don't really let me know who you are. You just wear a mask. And it's sad because this person, like I said, I feel like is awakening to like realize that all this time they've been hiding behind a mask, and it's really like it's created a lot of problems. It's created a lot of problems in every area of their life. See, because when we create mass because we don't like who we are, then nothing's built on a solid foundation. And eventually people find out and then they think that you're a liar. They think the worst of you when really this person thinks the worst of themselves. So I believe that they also got tangled up with people and situations that really didn't have their best interest. And it's because the people intuitively could tell that your person didn't like who they are. They know that this person doesn't have a strong backbone. We get a strong backbone through going up against the norm, challenging people, not doing everything that people want us to do, and being unapologetic about it. I feel like your person doesn't know who they are. They hide behind secrets, and those secrets are, I'm going to stay connected to certain people that I perceive are really helping me with my career, and my abundance is somehow connected to, where I don't really believe that that's true, but the people that are connected to your person do, and they're like using it to their advantage. So see, when we're not building our life on our true self, our higher self, what happens is it's like we cut ourselves off from really emotionally being fulfilled. And that is really what your person sees. I think that they didn't care before. They were able to hide behind their material things, and that fulfilled them. And that happens a lot of times when we grow up in an environment that there's not enough, and we're taught a poverty consciousness. So again, this person has a long way to go before they find what they really want. And I say that because they don't know who they are. So anything is going to be better than where they are now. They're awakening to the fact that they, haven't really let anyone in because again, that they're trading their life for material gain and to be connected to people of a lower consciousness. And I'm not even feeling like a karmic. I'm feeling like business associates. I'm feeling like people that they might have grown up with and they looked up to at one time, that they were business savvy. So they learned a lot from these people. However, now your person's in a place where they're not dependent on those people, but they're carrying those people. So they're really tangled up in like this whole other, almost, it's not a family, but it's almost like they're giving these people the loyalty of a family to the point that they are like abandoning themselves. That's why there's a really long road, because but this situation, I feel like has helped them grow and possibly helped you grow too. Obviously you would grow because you're a mirror of who and what comes into your life. So what we see here is that, like I said, this person like hid behind their material gain and they couldn't let you in. I feel like they wanted to let you in, but they don't know who they are. So when a person doesn't know who they are, they judge their life on their experiences. But the problem is that when we judge our life on our experiences, then we see ourselves as good or bad. And we're neither one of that. It's like this person doesn't have enough experiences to really determine, and that's why they have a long way to go. I mean, we don't really even need to look at your triggers, but we will. It's like you felt like they were cheating on you, and it's like because you're like, you're not letting me into your life, but I don't really feel like they were cheating on you. I feel like this person has a pretty empty life. They create a lot of personas to, and or if they were connected to someone, there's nothing going on there. There's no emotional connection, you know, but nevertheless, you still felt like you weren't getting anything. Why are you holding back from me? Like, why are you like deliberately? Well, it's not because of what you think. It's again like you like continually felt triggered because they were always emotionally withdrawing from you. And the reason why is because I can't let you know who I am. So every time you want to get deep with me, then I have to feel. And I've learned to navigate my life, Virgo, through not feeling, through, again, just existing. So again, it scares me. It scares me to have to really look at my life. It's like, because I don't know who I am. And I'm starting to not, I like who I am when I talk to you because I see your life and you live on your own terms. Your life may not be perfect. You may not have as much money as I do. Your life may not look as pretty as mine does from the outside, but you're real. You're real. And I feel our connection, and that connection scares me. I want to help you. I want to be with you. And it's like, but I can't. And I can't because I'm attached to people that pretty much own the rights to me. That's the energy here. But it would still make you feel like, again, you get close to me and then you withdraw. You withdraw emotionally. Again, emotionally. We see it again emotionally. Everything is emotionally. And this person has emotional problems because they're not allowed to feel. It's again, in order to go along with the herd, go along with their status quo, they have to detach from themselves. And I feel like that was okay for a long time, but it's not okay. And that's why this energy, like, it's like why I ask every time, I'm like, the readings are like the same. And I said that this person is stuck in a loop. And that loop is they keep obsessing about what they did. But the reason why is because there's a deeper meaning that you are their a soulmate, meaning you came into this person's life and you changed their life without even knowing that you changed their life. They never knew it could be any other way. Now they see it. Now they're being challenged and they're afraid. They're like, what am I leaving into? Again, very logical. And we always know it. They feel trapped. And I feel like you, again, in this relationship, having an emotional connection to someone that emotionally isn't giving you back, you were like, I'm going to stay in this and I'm going to grow deeper feelings and really stay in a trauma bond and then feel trapped. And you were like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I feel like at one point, maybe you didn't get enough of emotional needs, your emotional needs met. So this person almost is bringing that up to you, making you perceive that they should give it to you or someone needs to give it to you. Where spirit says, no, have to give that to yourself. It's again, you have to be accountable. You're asking this person to be accountable again for their actions, but are you accountable, Virgo, for your actions? Because you're expecting someone that isn't who you perceive that they are to be who they are. They showed you a version, and yes, they are capable of that version. However, they are not that version. They're not that version. So it's again, when we stay in a relationship like this, again, we need to be accountable. There's a sense.
Hi, Laura. I just found out the results of the biopsy.
Dominate.
I feel as if this whole thing is my fault. Also,
Dom-
I don't know if I have the strength to tackle it.
all right. Dominate. Dominate. Um, so there's a sense of like you don't want to be put in a position where you're either dominated or you feel like you have to dominate. And that is, if you're a female, you don't want to have to get into your masculine energy to have to like, and vice versa. If you're a male, like you don't really want to have to continually get into your feminine energy to create balance in this connection. This person doesn't know who they are. So again, they're looking to be nurtured. They're looking for a one-way relationship. They were, because they can't be in a relationship. That's why they created the facade. It's not that they don't have feelings, they do, but these feelings challenge them to change. And the thing is, they are going to fight that because, again, their persona of who they perceive that they are, they would have to, again, really surrender their ego and show people who they are. And that might mean walking away from a business, walking away from like this grand opportunity that they feel that is happening with being connected to these people, walking away from their wealth. It might, you don't know what it means, but like it means something about their identity. It's again who they want people to see. The mask has to come off, is what I'm trying to say. And this person is like, I don't really want to do that. So again, being in a relationship with this person, they would always try to dominate the situation. And that means dominate you within a one-sided relationship because they want to have it both ways and they can't have it both ways. It's a very common thing when people are addressed with this type of situation because their first reaction is to protect that persona, because again, the ego doesn't want to die. So again, you challenge that. And that's why this person is stuck. That's why this story keeps playing out. That's why. So we have to say, well, what can you do? Because it's again to actually shift the energy so that you're like, because a lot of people saying, I don't resonate with the story as much anymore. Some people, not everybody, but I mean, there's always going to be people that resonate with this tired old story. But it's for the people that are still getting this story, that are still falling upon this story and saying, well, I kind of still resonate with it, but not so much. What is it that you need to heal within yourself? And I'm kind of feeling like there's a little bit of insecurity there, right? And also like obsessiveness. And obsessiveness is excessiveness. And it's so you might again have wounding of not loving yourself enough. So obviously that would be what it is. If we again are not going to be accountable, we're going to see people as doing something to us, then instead of really for who they are, and you know who they are if you were stepping into your true self, your higher self. You're attracted this situation because of a shadow within inside of you. It's all about integrating the spiritual lesson so you can actually really transmute that negative energy. Otherwise, the karmic loop continues to play out. So we're like, I don't resonate with this anymore, but now I feel the need to control my relationship, or I need to do something which you're going to get the same exact manifestation because it doesn't matter whether you try to control it or you don't do anything at all. It's like, it's not about that. It's about your identity. It's about being able to go with the flow of life, no matter what's going on in your environment, no matter who's in your environment, no matter how much we have feelings for that person, is to be able to discern and to also be able to, be able to see you can actually see negative karmic retribution by a person's behaviorism. So again, where spirit's saying you are hurt by this, it's because you weren't accountable to yourself. Yes, this person's never accountable, but that's not the point. It's again, is to say, Well, what needed to really be integrated is, again, you knew that you weren't able to be vulnerable with this person. Again, these are the inner child wound cards. So vulnerability, you weren't able to be vulnerable as a child. Vulnerable is to be transparent. It's to be emotionally vulnerable. It's like to be open. It's like, no, you grew up having to be guarded, and you attracted someone again that is exactly that. So they don't give, because when we're in survival mode, we're not open to receiving. We're not going to be able to give and receive of love through our free will. We can't do that because we don't feel safe. We don't feel safe. That's why we created a lot of personas. So again, that says that you grew up in an environment that you really couldn't be that way. So there was a lack of support. See, like what I said, and that support is mother and father having to figure it out. So a lot of times when there's a lot of stresses in the family, and the stresses don't need to, they're just everyday life, right? Is our parents didn't really know how to deal with stress. They weren't taught in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, really, and started to in the 70s, but only a few, like far and few in between, and it was pretty much considered, granola and barefoot and granola, like this, like, oh, you're hippie, you're far out if you took care of your body. Every single house had a bar in it, and every single person was smoking. Like that was how they dealt with their stress. So understand, their emotions really ran rapid. And so again, having to explain to your parent that you had a problem, like whether or not at school, or you had a concern, it was not really, you felt like you weren't really supported, because someone either got very triggered, someone was very worried, someone tried to fix it, someone tried to control it. When our parent doesn't give support, it doesn't mean that they're not doing it for you. It means that they're not encouraging you emotion. They're not giving you the emotional support to give you the confidence to do it. So here it is, you put yourself back into a situation where you're like, you don't make me feel comfortable enough to really even give you anything, but you're upset that I'm not giving you anything. I don't feel like I can let my guard down with you. I don't really feel like you would support me. You want me to be there as a way to emotionally support you, but why aren't you emotionally supporting me? Because you're not there for me. It's again, and it makes me angry. It's like again that you can see the little girl. Sorry, the green screen makes it hard to see the word, but you can see that she's angry. It's because I have to figure things out on my own. Like, you deliberately, every time I need you, you weren't here for me. You're very concerned about your life and your persona more than you care about me. And that's the energy that you grew up in, where spirit says, well, do you care about you? And understand that Rage is fire energy. It's to create with, because that's how you would have to transmute that energy. You have to ground that energy. Otherwise, we hold it within the root chakra, and then we're up in our heads all the time, trying to figure out everything. And we actually wind up disconnecting from self, because we disconnect from self when we're in our head. Because when we're in our head, we're in the past or we're in the future, but we're never in the moment. And only in the now do you get divine guidance. So it's a lack of connection to support, which is support from God, from everyone in the universe, because God works through every single person in the universe. That's why they say when the student is ready, the teacher appears. The universal energy is the energy that's inside of you. It's of unconditional love. That's the energy of God. You're here to give and receive of love. When you did not get support in childhood, you were not taught to give love. You're taught to protect yourself, to close down. And so, of course, you would be rageful because again, there's a perception that you can't get love, that no one's ever there for you. You never get the support. But really, God says, well, I work through the universe. So I bring you the people, the situations, and the experiences that change your mind and your heart about what you can perceive. But you have to get into the spiritual energy. You have to know your spiritual, like a superpower, that if you can imagine it, you can create it. But look what you're imagining still. Look at the energy that you're still holding on to, which is that you weren't supported, you weren't loved. And so, in order to break this karmic cycle, you have to do something with the anger. You have to channel it. You have to channel it into purpose. Otherwise, you're gonna still like have always attract that type of energy. And it's not because you're not a good person. Understand that. It's because, again, you didn't learn. And that's what life is. It's about learning. It's about learning. It's about taking that leap of faith and deciding that you want to not repeat the karmic cycle. All right. Though we don't want to do that. So it's a faith walk. You know, faith is a bridge that connects you to what you sow to what you reap, right? If you plant corn, you're getting corn, whether you like it or not. So this is the way to actually integrate the spiritual lesson. Again, it's all about finding that harmony within, and that's we balance the body, mind, and spirit by taking care of ourselves. We integrate all parts of ourselves. And as long as you're holding on to this energy, well, spiritually, you're off and you're a spiritual being having human experience, and that human experience you don't like. So, again, Spirit says the answers are within you, but you need balance. And so, emotionally, you weren't giving yourself. So, it's time to start pouring into yourself to get to know yourself. Then you will have good discernment about whether someone's going to be good, whether they're bad, whether they're acting from a real space, whether they're not, because you're not so close up to the picture. You've emotionally taken care of yourself, right? That's the answer. So we're going to leave this reading off with one last divine message, and we're going to see what that is. Affirmation: I listen to myself and acknowledge my own needs, meaning emotional needs too, you know? I assert myself and retain my power. That's right. This person is holding on to your energy by you staying focused and hoping that they change when they don't want to. They don't want to right now. I don't have to be afraid of others. Again, this person intimidating. Again, I respect myself and I am respected by others. So again, this person acts like they don't, like, continually not giving your, like, taking your feelings into consideration. They're telling you that you're not important. And what God is saying is, yes, you are. Yes, you are. You need to affirm it. The universe says, yes, you are, because you're part of me. And again, I am unconditional love. When you die, when the shell dies, well, you will return to me as unconditional love because that's all you are at the very core. However, we see anger, we see rage, and whenever we disrespect who we are and don't like who we are, I'm not saying when other people don't like who we are, I'm saying when we self-loathe who we are to the point that we have to wear a mask, well, that's a disrespect to the universe. That's a disrespect to every single person that you come into contact with. Because, and it's most of all of the biggest disrespect to yourself, because it's keeping you locked into that lack, and you're not that. And the spirit says that's a poverty consciousness. You're not that. You're love. You're the grandest energy of the world. You need to affirm that. You do know, no matter who you are, no matter what culture, creed, race, religion, sexuality, whatever you are, at the very core of who you are is just unconditional love. And Spirit says, return to that. And this person was not willing to do that. And that's why it's time to like affirm and to really know it, because you must not know it if you were attached to this person and you're asking them to be accountable. It's like asking a child that is like a child to be an adult. They don't know how. They're not emotionally there. However, you have impacted their life. Spirit used you both as catalysts to heal each other. I'm going to leave that there, Virgo. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.